What's going on, you guys? Chris Six here, coming at you with a new segment that I'm calling Album Autopsy. We're going to be doing a segment once a week where I break down an album, dissect different parts of it, topics, different situations it's been in the album, some of the beats, songs, instrumentals, whatever be you, who's been on the album, some of the guest spots, features, music videos, whatever. But first thing I'd like to address right quick is, as you can see, I've got a new set. I've got Jim Morrison back there behind me on the wall, and I've replaced them gaudy-ass granny curtains. So I got a new set for us. I couldn't keep staring at the camera and seeing that behind me. I mean, that was just getting irritating. But yeah, this segment, I'm going to break down the album by Eminem from 2000, the Marshall Mathers LP. Before I get to that, though, I also want to address the second thing, and that is that I'm going to start doing segments every week, like this album Autopsy that I'm about to do. And by next week, I will be having a schedule put up, probably by Monday, so check in on Monday's video. And on the schedule, I'll let you guys know what days of the week I will be doing certain segments, so you can tune in and catch those if you want. But back to today's episode. We are going to discuss the album, the Marshall Mathers LP, by Eminem. This album was done in 2000. It was produced by Eminem and Dre. And this album had a lot of different guest spots and features on. You had Exhibit, Sticky Fingers. You had Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Bizarre, D12. There's a few other ones I can't even name right this moment. My brain just kind of went bloop. But shit happens. You had a lot of different songs on this album. I actually just listened to it probably about an hour ago, all the way through again. It's been I'd say a couple years since I've listened to that album. The album that I actually have is got two bonus tracks with it. This is an 18-track album, and the album that I have has two extra tracks. So there's 20 tracks on this, and the two extra tracks is one of them was a cut off of the edited version of the Marshall Mathers album. It was the song where he was sitting in the classroom called "The Kids," and you hear him throughout that song doing some South Park voices. And the other song that was on this was a remix of "The Way I Am," and this had Marilyn Manson as a guest spot on this, doing some vocals for the chorus, and he did a couple other things with the song also. At this point in Eminem's career back in 2000, in the 90s, really early on in his career, he was a lot more brazen than what he is today. He had a little more balls to touch on subjects that most people wouldn't touch on. He touched on a lot of things about homophobia, homosexuality. He touched on a lot of stuff going on in politics and the government and political that a lot of people just kind of shied away from. I mean, they didn't want to speak about. I mean, one of the lyrics from this album was a stab at Tipper Gore, because Tipper Gore at that time in the 90s and in the 80s, she was trying to get the parental guidance, the stickers and the parental advisory stickers on albums, and he kind of made the stab saying, "You want me to fix up my lyrics while the president's getting his dick sucked." And that was also a stab at Bill Clinton during the Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton affairs that was going on at the White House when he was president. He had a song on the album also called "Stan," and this song, it featured Dido. Now, I know I said a little earlier that he touched on subjects about homophobia and homosexuality, And a lot of people for the LGBT community claimed that Eminem was a homophobe and he hated the gays and the homosexuals, and which really wasn't true. So to prove that, for music awards, Elton John come out and performed the piano parts and the chorus to the song "Stand with Eminem" live on the stage, and yeah, he sang the Dido parts, and it was amazing. Check that out. It's on YouTube. I'll try to find the link, put it down in the description for you guys so you can check it out. But amazing song, especially the way that them two guys performed it live on the stage. I mean, it blew my mind. And right after the song was done and over, Elton John walked over to Eminem and they both embraced each other with a hug. So I mean, right there, that kind of proves to you that he's not a homophobe. I mean, he has no care in the world about what your sexuality is. It's just the fact that he had the balls to say things that people at that time wouldn't talk about. He covered a lot of different subjects also during this album. He covered things about, talked about Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson and them being together. He also discussed the fact of Tom Green. I mean, Tom Green's not even relevant anymore. Last time I heard Tom Green was probably about 5 years ago. I seen him on something for all of 20 seconds maybe. But yeah, he talked about Tom Green and talked about drugs, a lot of the fact of drugs and how bad they have gotten. And it's crazy. I mean, 2000 he was talking about heroin back then, and heroin's a big topic today. A lot of people overdosing on that shit. So I mean, stay away from the brown chick. Come on. Then you also had the song on there called Kim, and this song was more directed at his wife. At the time, they were having a lot of issues. He was pissed off, but he wrote this song, and I mean, he touched a boundary that not too many people would dare to touch, and that's the fact that he was talking about killing his wife, slitting her throat, and killing her, taking off with Haley Jade, his daughter, and all that. I mean, not too many people would have touched a subject like that on an album. I mean, look at the whole thing of Cop Killer with Body Count. That was a whole bunch of bullshit. Because of that song supposedly sparked influence on LA cop riots and different things like that, they made them take that off of the shelves. I mean, so Eminem kind of pretty much stepped a boundary that most people would not go. The one thing that I did fail to talk about is we started this album off. The first track on this album is a public service announcement. And the public service announcement it makes me laugh every time. It gets me. I chant along to the damn thing. I'm not going to do it on the video. If you haven't heard it, I'll drop a link in the description below to go check out the intro to that. I mean, it just busts me up every time. But you had a couple skits on there, and I think there was like 3 skits that was on this. 2 of them had something to do with Paul Rosenberg, which I think was Eminem's manager at the time. I don't know if he still is or associated with Eminem. You don't really hear anything from him anymore. He hasn't done a skit about him in a while, but the 2 skits we had was he was telling Eminem that he can't sell this album. This album is shit. He said, you got Dr. Dre in there rapping about big screen TVs, blunts, 40s, and bitches, and here you are rapping about homosexuality and Vicodin. He said, better off just to give me nothing. The second skit that he had on there talked about Tower Records telling him to go shove the record up his ass, and told Eminem that the album's shit, that he can't produce it. In the third little skit that you had on there, you had, I think, don't quote me, but I think this was the first appearance from Ken Kaniff. And Ken Kaniff is a little homosexual joke that Eminem likes to do, especially this one. This one, he directed it towards Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope from ICP, the Insane Clown Posse. At that time, him and the Insane Clown Posse was having a lot of beef. I know here more recently from what I had read through some online articles a couple of years ago, I think, from what I had read, I guess Eminem and ICP have cleared the air and they're all friends now or whatever. I have no fucking clue. I don't follow the celebrity gossip bullshit, but you know, shit is what it is. The fact that Eminem also covered a bunch of different celebrities, like I was saying, he talked about NSYNC, boy bands, how boy girl groups make him sick, talking about New Kids on the Block and Marky Mark. He brought up references of Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Fred Durst, Carson Daly. List goes on with multiple celebrities that he talked about, stabbed at, you know, making nasty remarks and comments about him. Not saying that nasty remarks and comments ain't good. I love a good nasty remark and comment. Shit. I mean, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I want my subscribers that's on here. Once you view this video, leave me your best nasty remark and comment. Bring it on. I'd like to see your best nasty remark and comment. The last thing that I would like to discuss is my rating on the entire album of the Marshall Mathers LP. The whole album in a whole, for the fact of it being so well produced, like I said, I just listened to it about an hour or so ago, and the album altogether sounded great. I mean, it was pretty well produced for 2000s. I mean, we're just coming into the new millennium. Technology's already starting to change, I know. And, you know, we weren't as advanced with computers and mixing then as we are so now with the Pro Tools and all that good jazz. So, you know, to hear an album that is well produced and finely tuned like the Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP, it just gets me every time. You know, that's one thing that's from my childhood growing up that I remember watching, or not watching but listening to, and I reminisce about that so many times, just sitting back thinking of all the shit they used to do while that album's jamming. But altogether, though, in a whole, I'm sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. Altogether, in a whole, this album, with the lyrical content, the fact of how much balls he had to say some of the remarks he did, to cover some of the topics that he did, the instrumental and music as a whole, with the beats that Dre produced, the fact of how they marketed the album, the biggest song off the whole album I didn't even mention, The Real Slim Shady. I mean, shit, that album, I remember hearing that song riding on the bus to school when I was like 10 years old. I mean, shit. I remember hearing that on the radio. I mean, that's how popular he became at that point. But the way they marketed that album, though, I would have to, out of a 5-star rating, I would have to give this a 4.5 would be my rating on this album. I mean, it is a well-rounded album. If you guys haven't heard it, go check it out. Go look it up. Like I said, I'll add in a link in the description below for the intro. I want you guys to check that out, the public service announcement. But yeah, like I said, leave me your nastiest comment. I want to see it. I would love to see your nastiest remark and comment. Bring a good one at me. But yeah, all right. Like, subscribe, favorite, follow me on Facebook. It's at Chris Wilson, Chris6. Check me out on there, and check out my other videos. Share this with your friends, whatever be it. Oh well, fucking, I'm out.